Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Soviet Potato. Right, so, in the last episode, we turned Potatograd into a proper capital city, or capital town, I guess. I don't know if it really has the population to be classified as a city, but either way, it's got all the trimmings that we would expect a city to have. It's got a commuter route. It's got a commuter tram route with two fine-looking trams on the track. Electric as well, the best technology that we have available at this moment in time. 78 workers on board. Not exactly ideal because those are workers that are heading back to the city from the train platform out in the sticks, but that's okay. We have a farm set up and running. We've got a huge number of fields that are ready to start producing come spring. I don't know when the harvesting season is. I don't know specifically when it'll be in this game. I would suspect that it'll probably be... like January, February time, but again, I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we? We do have our docks up and running, which is very, very nice indeed, and that's what we're going to be focusing on over the course of this episode. So that's what we're going to try and accomplish. We're going to try and build up our shipping infrastructure and hopefully start delivering all of the goods that we need to deliver right over to Disneylandovsk. That's right. So, Disneylandovsk, the construction is going well. Nothing to complain about here at all. In fact, we're actually remarkably, we're almost done a whole bunch of these things. The city hotels, we got 2 of them that are done. That's excellent. The only thing that we need at Disneylandovsk is staff and power. That's frankly it. Also, I think this road is, yeah, let's actually finish this road. I'm going to finish this road manually for all of, like, 200 rubles that it's going to cost me. I'm just going to buy it. I'm just going to build it, hopefully, so that the video game will prioritize doing the buildings instead. We can probably do the pathways as well. The pathways don't take that long, and therefore we'll probably be fine. It just means that when we do get up and running, we can get up and running at full speed ahead, which is going to be kind of nice, I hope. Anyway, the grand opening, I'm very, very hopeful will be in the next episode. Will it be in the next episode? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the heck it goes. The airport will not be open for the grand opening, but that's okay. The rest of Disneylandovsk will be open, and we should be fine. Okay, so the next episode is what we're shooting for. So therefore, what do we have to do in order to ensure that Disneylandovsk is ready to go as soon as possible in the next episode? Well, there's a couple of things that we need to get down. The first and probably most important is we need a receiving dock. If we're going to be shipping goods from Potatograd, which we're going to hopefully get up and running over the course of this episode, we need to have a recipient dock. We need to have a recipient dock, and I do indeed believe, did we use I think we used a small ship dock, no, not a small boatyard. We didn't use a small boatyard. We used a small boatyard in Potatograd, but we will be using a cargo harbor small over here. Now, I suspect highly that if I was to put, I really want to do this. I really want to put the dock right next to the beach. Is that just not like the most incredibly Soviet thing that you could like anticipate happening? Would that not be so glorious, comrade? The only problem is, I just don't know if we have the space. I don't know if we have the clearance under these bridges. In saying that, though, I haven't actually started construction on any of the bridges yet, or any of the heating pipes, or any of that nonsense. We also need to probably get down a localized heat exchanger, so that we can provide power a little bit more easily to the town over here. Yeah, okay. I mean, look, I'm really, very, very keen to put down the small cargo harbor right next to the beach, because I think that would just be thematically, I mean, absolutely perfect, right? So let's zone that. Let's not auto-build it. Let's cancel the unfinished road. Alright, cancel the unfinished road. Cancel the unfinished railroad. Cancel the heating pipe as well. Okay. Nice. Cancel this. We'll cancel this too. And then this... Do we want to cancel this whole pipe? No, don't cancel the whole pipe, but we'll cancel that bit of the pipe. And then what we'll actually do is we'll zone the heating plant. I think we just need a small... Do we need a small heating plant? I kind of want to use big heating plants. I know it's maybe a little bit more inefficient, but I mean, I feel like scalability dictates that I have to, right? Scalability dictates that I have to constantly use the big heating plants. I mean, you know what they say, go big or go home. I ain't going home. All right, let's plonk that down over there. We'll plonk down a corresponding aggregate storage as well. The good thing is that we can zone this right now, and then we can worry about actually building all of the stuff later when, you know, either it gets too close to opening time and we just have to auto build it, or we just let the trucks do the heavy lifting. Anyway, we've got the dock down. I want to focus on the docks. Let's not worry about the bridge for now, because we're still waiting on the first bit of bridge to be built over here, and that's going to take a little while. It's got 208, in fact, no, more than that, 328 work days remaining. Okay, so plenty of time there, plenty of time there. Now, what do I want to do over here? Good question indeed, comrade. I would like very, very much to get a warehouse down, if at all possible, in this vicinity. However, I suspect that the factory connections are perhaps going to be a little bit finicky, although maybe a little bit less finicky than I originally anticipated. That is a steep elevation. That is a steep elevation. Anyway, we want to get a warehouse down because we want to store food here, we want to store alcohol here, and we also want to meat storage as well, as that is the only thing that we're going to be using this area for. I should probably have it rotated around there. I mean, can we make this connection? We can supposedly make the connection. I don't know how I feel about that, though. Try and free up a little bit of additional space. I actually don't hate that. Yeah, I actually kind of like that a lot. One slight problem that I've not been considering here, which apparently might be completely fine. We need to get a road connection in over here to ensure that we have some way of connecting up the dock to the fire support network, which of course is, yeah, you know, inconsistent at best, I would say. Not a majorly effective fire prevention network that we've got operating. But if I do that, and that's going to create some problems. Okay, I think what we do is we just, you know, we do what we need to do. We do what we need to do. We do a little bit of terrain flattening. We fix the terrain up. There we go. We'll have the nice cold meat storage right behind the beach, which is of course exactly what you'd expect. Which is exactly what you'd expect at a brilliant resort such as this one. Okay, that was looking good for a second there, and then it suddenly wasn't looking good. I mean, maybe, yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe something like that. Let's roll with something like that, and then give me the meat storage. Because meat storage hopefully might be a little bit easier to... I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. If we can make that work... If we can make that work, then that would be excellent. And then... we see if we could... Perfect! That's absolutely perfect. That's absolutely wonderful. Okay. We are still working on this road, and I have no idea why it's taking as long as it is. No idea why it's taking as long as it is. Look at that. We're working on the airport. I tell you what, the airport may be ready for opening day. It's very, very exciting. The National Uprising Museum, that's going to probably be done with either this batch of workers or the very next batch of workers, so that's very, very exciting. Do I have any fuel over here, by the way? I do. It's just taking an awfully long time to unload, presumably because of the lack of power over here, I would imagine. I would suspect that it's probably a lack of power that's taking such a long time, but that's fine. We can sort of just let that do that thing. Do that thing called unloading. Right, okay. These roads will get upgraded in time, comrade. Have no fear. We should be fine. So meat storage, warehouse storage. Okay, that's going to store food. That's going to store alcohol. We'll get the percentages sorted out when we actually build the darn thing. We don't need any little forklift trucks to move resources from the dock to the warehouse or the meat storage. Should all be completely fine. Okay, so that's it sorted at that end. That's it sorted at that end. Do I want to get... Actually, hold on. Before I commit to this area, should I get some aggregate loadings? Should I get some aggregate loadings, or should I not get some aggregate loadings? By aggregate loadings, I mean, should I get a truck stop? Should I get a truck stop? Road cargo station, that's just the ticket. I mean, to be fair, we could probably consolidate both of... We could probably consolidate both of the meat storage and the warehouse into a road cargo station, which may make things just a little bit easier. I tell you what, let's do that. The reason that I'm thinking we'll do this is because I really want to ensure that this area is like properly scalable. And if we don't have a road cargo station, then I almost guarantee that we are going to have some form of problem. I mean, we're going to have some form of problem anyway, just because that's the way that I operate. But, you know, more problems equals less progress, and we are all about progress here. That's right, we're all about progress. I can't even say it with a straight face. Okay, meat storage. Meat storage does not need to be connected up to the... Meat storage doesn't need to be connected up to this place, but we can delete this. We can delete this later. And then we get a road cargo station. Road cargo station just links up them both. If I can make that connection happen. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer something like that. Yeah, sure. Okay, video game. If that's what you're going to give me, then that's what you're going to give me. So, that actually works out really, really well. And I think, straight up, that's the best way that we could probably play this. That infrastructure is in the way. I suspect that it's because there's a joint here. The fact that I've already built the road is a little bit irritating, but it is what it is. It's fine. I will actually zone a gravel road to connect up there, and we'll just zone... I don't know, a dirt road to connect up here? Sure. It's a free road. It's a free road, right? Okay, so you're allowed to cross over that road. I don't really want you to cross over that road. I would like to make a connection there, but if we can't do that, then that's not a problem whatsoever. I'm also going to actually just straight up connect this over here with a dirt road so that we can hopefully maybe zone a few, or start construction of a few buildings right now. Not like it's really a priority, but it would be good to start work. It would be good to start work. Anyway, the beach is now being well and truly surrounded by the shipping district, the cold meat storage, and the food and alcohol storage. So there you go. When people are sitting on the beach relaxing, they're going to be able to see the glorious cargo vessels docking right next to them. You know what? I almost want to build another harbor on the other side, just so the tourists have absolutely nothing else to look at. An expected rating of 2.4 stars? I don't know. Maybe there's gonna be like a secondary market for like boat watching from this beach. I don't know. I don't want to guess what the tourists are gonna do. I just want to open the floodgates for the tourists to arrive, and then we can deal with the repercussions later. Okay, this is all looking really, really great. I don't know what the heck is happening here, but everything seems to be working just about smoothly. This is, of course, the new construction office, the new old construction office, the construction office that we had to build after, or had to rebuild after it completely was destroyed in a horrific fire of 1961. Always remember. So yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. Pretty happy with that. How's the train? How's the train coming along? It's probably a freaking disaster, isn't it? Yeah, there's no workers here. There's no workers. Why are there no workers here, comrade? 47 workers? That's a good number of workers. That's a very good number of workers. New vehicle types available, don't care. We do actually have a couple of workers that are joining us in the train station right now. Little bit of casual attire I see on everyone. Looks a little bit unprofessional going to work at the train depot in, you know, in your pajamas. But that's okay. We might actually be able to build some railroad today. I actually cannot believe it, but it's happening. It's actually happening. Let's look at some blisteringly fast progress here, shall we? Literally sleeper by sleeper. Wow. Truly, you cannot get any more exciting content than this. Anyway, so that's half the battle. That's half the battle over there sorted. So that's great. Now we need to think about production, and we also need to actually think about the route. We actually need to think about the route that this boat is gonna take. Why don't I buy a boat? Why don't I buy a boat in the first instance? I don't know. I don't actually know if I'm gonna be able to route the boat quite yet, because I think that we might need to have the other harbor at the other end operational before we're able to route the boat. Anyway, we'll buy a river cargo ship. That's right. Now, can I see... I don't think that I'll be able to see the tiles until we zone the boat, or we route the boat. And by the tiles, I mean, yeah, we can't do that. If the route doesn't work, you get like a little magnifying glass here that says, hey, you can't go this way because there's obstructions or whatever. And I don't think that there's another way that we can get a route of that. Either way, I am convinced that there is no way that a boat is going to be able to fit under this old wooden bridge over here. That's just absolutely not happening. So, I mean, we should probably go through the motions of deleting the bridges, maybe simplifying them to slightly more elevated bridges. That is, in and of itself, going to cost us a fair chunk of money. So, you know, let's postpone that as long as we absolutely can. The other thing that we need to do is actually straight up add the harbor to our fuel distribution network. Yeah, I completely forgot to do that. But we will add it to the distribution network, and there we go. Load, unload, less than 60% fuel. Brilliant. Okay, so we'll do that. That is fine. The coal trucks have finally, I think, arrived at the aggregate storage here, so we're able to start producing a little bit of heat for potato bread, which is great. We're still in the middle of July, so we got plenty of time left before winter really truly comes. Also, I've noticed something. If you click on the fields, it says too late for sowing. Winter is coming. C-O-M-M-I-N-G. Not like I particularly care about a spelling error, but that did strike me as particularly amusing. Like that is the Soviet version of the word coming. It's the communist coming. Anyway, right. What are we doing over here? It's a great question. It's a really, really great question. So let's think about the infrastructure that we need to get down here, and let's do what we did in Kolovskaysky, and we'll see if we can try and sort of at least plant down the buildings that we need to have here, and then we can chat about what we want to do. So food factory is an absolute necessity. That can produce 20 tons of food per day. It consumes 42 tons of crops. Only problem is that I have no idea how much. I have no idea how much stuff this farm is going to actually produce. So let's plonk down the food factory just as like a reminder of what we need to get. A distillery we also need to get. Also need to get a distillery. We need to get a livestock farm. We need to get a livestock haul/range. Well, we don't need a livestock haul/range. We don't need a livestock per range. 5 tons per day. And then we also need a slaughterhouse as well. And then we're going to need a meat storage here. We're also going to need a warehouse to store things for transport. Although this warehouse can probably be over here at the harbor. Yeah, I think so. Alternatively, we could get a warehouse. A local storage warehouse over here, and then a pre-shipping warehouse over at the docks, which might just be what we do. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, we're down to 2.5 million rubles. I'm totally fine with this situation. Definitely not terrified that I'm going to run out of money and have to start taking a huge amount of bridging loans. Definitely not, comrade. Definitely not. Okay, so a couple of things to consider here. We can just path directly between the... What am I doing here? We can path directly between the farm and the food factory. And that has got a couple of advantages. It means that we don't have to get forklift trucks, but it also means that we're only going to be able to make one linking section. And that does sort of irritate me a little bit. Because one singular link, is that enough? Is that enough? I don't know if that's enough. I feel like that might not be enough. This is slightly problematic. And a grain silo. Grain silo's got 2 inputs. Grain silo's got 2 inputs. We could always get multiple farms. We could always get multiple farms for different types of resource. I.e., we could get the one food factory just like right here, and that's linked directly into the farm. I kind of actually think that that might be a pretty decent idea. The reason being is that we're gonna need a lot of food production. But that being said, is there any point in having, you know, a factory or a farm full of grain that we're not able to utilize because the food factory is already consuming the maximum number of crops? Hence why, as much as I don't like it, as much as I don't really like using them, because they're absolutely terrible, the forklift garages do bring in an advantage, because they're able to move goods around like a large network of interconnected factory connections. I don't think that I want any additional farms. Let's stick with one singular farm for now. Okay? Let's stick with one singular farm for now. Let's get down a grain storage, just as like a first port of call. And we'll actually build it right behind here. Right? We'll build it right behind here because, again, we've got all of our workers chilling in this vicinity, and therefore we want to make sure that we build everything connected to the platform so that we're able to get people working pretty much immediately. Everything needs to be connected with a road as well, so that makes things just a, you know, just a harder route to manage. But we shall prevail. We shall prevail, comrade. We shall prevail. The livestock farm is only 10 tons of crops, so we probably want to get like 2 of those. And only one factory connection for the farm is rough. I'm basically just delaying because I know what I need to do. And what I want to do. What I need to do is make sure that there is just like a single solo connection to the food factory. Because otherwise I know that we're going to have capacity problems. And the forklifts are a little bit unreliable anyway. But at the same time, I really, really value the idea of just having like a massive forklift network. So you know what, let's zone for a forklift network, and then if we need to get like a bespoke farm that deals with just a single food factory connected, then, you know, so be it. We'll absolutely deal with that. Okay. So this, put that in there. Wonderful. Okay. I think that's absolutely fine. We're gonna redo this to make sure that we've got an appropriate connection. That actually works. I'm surprised, I guess. It's cool. So we have a food factory over here. Do we maybe get a second food factory? Maybe we actually get a second food factory. Maybe we actually legitimately get a second food factory. Okay. Second food factory, but again, we're going to redo the factory connection. You can probably see where I'm trying to go with this, right? So we get a factory connection down over there. We bring the next factory connection out this way. Okay. So far, so good. So that's those 2. I mean, we have mileage on this road. This road can probably go for a bit longer, especially if we upgrade it to a proper fast walkway that will allow people to commute from the platform all the way along here. That would be just fine, actually. We'll do that in time. Don't you worry. We'll get a proper good road over here. Right. Livestock haul / range. What am I doing? No, food and crops. Yes. Excellent. Distillery. Now, distillery consumes how many people? 100 workers. Yeah, it's quite a lot of workers, actually. Do we have space for distillery in here? I think that we absolutely do. You know that? I think that we absolutely do. So ditch the factory connection. Ditch the unfinished road. And throw that in there, like so. Look at this. This is so organized. This is so organized, folks. This is actually so freaking organized. Of course, you know, I'm still committing a crime, of course, by using these forklifts, and they're still terrible. I get it. I understand. But, I mean, thematically, right? I love the idea of having, like, I don't know, like a factory area. It's just cool. It's just a cool thing to have. It's just a cool thing to have. Okay, there's a building fire. Alert, alert, alert. Comrades, we have a building fire. I'm gonna get a second distillery because apparently I'm just, like, absolutely 100% future-proofing this area. We're gonna suspend construction of this, obviously. Suspend construction of this, too. Not like anyone can actually build in this area because, of course, there's no road connection here, and even if we did want to build in this area, there's no construction office that could deal with things locally. But that's not a problem. Ooh, actually, here's an idea. Here's an idea. Is there a chance that I could perhaps stick a... Oh, there totally is. A factory connection through the middle here? The reason that I ask is that we have a modded... We have a modded forklift facility, I think it's called. It is indeed. A road rail crossing. That's it. A road crossing. That's the ticket. Right through the center there. Right through the center there. Excellent. And then right through the center here. That's actually looking pretty darn decent. So let's check off the food factory from our list. Let's check off the distillery from our list. This is actually a better setup than I initially contemplated. I like it a lot. And then I think that we just want livestock farms all the way down this side, if I'm not mistaken. Like, we just want as many livestock farms as we possibly can. Why am I subjugating the entire population of Potatograd to work in farms? I don't know. It's not very becoming of a capital. Usually the capital is like the, you know, the pinnacle of technology and advancement and showiness. But no, we are going to have a remarkably humble capital. I'm completely fine with that. So, how many livestock farms do you reckon we're going to be able to throw in here? I reckon 3. 4? Maybe? Yeah, maybe 3. Also, I completely forgot that I need to do something like this. Yeah, okay, so let's move this across a little bit. Let's move this across a little bit here. Yeah. I don't like how squinted is. I don't like how squinted is at all. Okay, take another punt at that. Right. And that instead. Wonderful. Okay. So, comrade, this is going to be perfect. This is going to be perfect. Excellent. Will we get a road connection? We do get a road connection, but we need a factory connection. We only need one factory connection, though. We only need one factory connection if we're using forklifts. We only need one factory connection. Tell a complete lie. We're going to need 2 factory connections because I probably want to move everything to the livestock haul range because forklifts can't pick up cows. I forget about this all the time, but forklifts actually cannot pick up cows and move them into the livestock storage facility. So we're going to need 2 factory connections to every livestock range, which is fine, I think. It just means that we need to plan things just a little bit more carefully. So yeah, this needs to go here. Right? So that needs to go there. And then we're going to need to see if we can insert a factory connection over here. You know, as much as I don't like using forklifts, I actually quite like building like forklift tracks. It's actually quite satisfying. I was doing so well making everything look square and proper. Gosh darn it. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Right, is there any chance that we can maybe make something happen here? Nah, this is... Yeah, you're not gonna allow me to do that, are you, video game? Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Delete this. Yep. Yep. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. For realsies this time, we're just gonna give the livestock farm just a little bit more space. No, 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 no. No, I forgot about a fire. I forgot about the fire. Wait, hold on. We have a fire brigade here. Comrades? We don't have a fire brigade here. We don't have a fire brigade. How many people died? Total deaths? 23? Ooh. Okay, alright, let's cover that one up. Let's Central Committee says that never happened. Alright, turns out we've got a hospital right next door, but we don't have a fire brigade. Why do fires always happen in the most awful places? Like, come on. I mean, it happens anywhere else. We're able to put it out because we have a fully manned fire station. We got plenty of fire engines literally everywhere. But apparently not in Krudenovsky. It's just awful. Okay, well, you know what? We need to get a monument over here, of course. Oh, that's okay. Cover that up. Burn the message. That's nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. If anyone ever mentions the great kindergarten fire of 1961, then just have them assassinated or something. I don't know. Right, let's get a fire station down here. Equipment for citizens. There we go. Beautiful. We'll get it right across the road from the hospital. I don't know what you mean, comrade. There's always been a fire station here. There's never been a fire. There's never actually been a fire at all in the history of this nation. There's never been a fire. I don't know what you're talking about. There we go. All right. So we build a path. We've got a connection. We buy a couple of engines. There we go. I don't know. Some cheap ones. 8 people can work at a max. That's fine. That's within range of everything. Sure. Now, of course, we do need to replace. I mean, we don't need to replace because there was never anything here. We need to build a kindergarten because the glorious Soviet population is growing so quickly, comrade. Yes, it's something that we can be proud of. There we go. So let's build a brand new kindergarten to thank all of the people for having loads and loads of children. Anyway, let's also build a monument for absolutely no apparent reason. There's, let's build a monument for absolutely no apparent reason here. It just, for the sake of decoration, actually. That's exactly what we're after. We're after some good decoration. There we go. Brilliant. Two glorious monuments. One of which is not connected with a path. That's fine. That's just a quirk. That's a design choice, actually. Anyway, there we go. Two monuments for absolutely no reason. I just like to decorate. I just like to decorate. Anyway, getting back to livestock farms. Ditch that livestock farm over there, and we will build a new proper livestock farm over. I tell you what, maybe we want to change the rotation of these a little bit. I know that I'm seemingly faffing around trying to get this properly working, but if we get this properly working, then we don't have to worry about meat forever. Right. I think this is the best. I think this is the best case scenario, actually. So livestock farm goes over here. Brilliant. So now you can see what I'm kind of going for. We will have the livestock food hall range. I guess it kind of is a food hall. You know what I mean. The livestock storage. We can get that down over here. If we can find a connection point. Yeah, okay. Fine with that. And then we just need to find some way to slot in the factory connections over here. which shouldn't be too difficult. We can always, like, link this up around here. I think forklifts can move meat. Don't quote me on that. I think they might be able to move meat. Oh, that's a great question, actually. Let's build a forklift garage just to straight up test. Yeah, okay. I'll build a forklift garage just because I want to test this. Actually, don't buy in fuel. Don't auto buy in fuel. Okay, there we go. Can you move meat? You can move meat. You also can move livestock. Okay, apparently I'm just an idiot. They can't move much livestock, but they can move livestock. Alright. So. I mean, we could just actually just get another connection through the middle here. It would be a little bit of a pain, though. It would be a little bit of a pain. Let's not faff around with that altogether too much. Let's not faff around with that too much. Okay. Plonk down the slaughterhouse, which we're absolutely only going to need one of. Right, we're absolutely only going to need one slaughterhouse over here. And that needs a factory connection, too. Oh, man. I have doofed this up. I have doofed this up something fierce. This is a pretty horrific looking area. Oh, it's turned into autumn. That's fine, though. Okay. Nope, don't do that. Okay, look, this is potato. Come on, focus up. You're letting your mind wander. All right, that goes in there. Excellent. Then we just put in a factory connection over here. Apparently, I'm just gonna have these. I'm gonna have these factory connections. We're gonna move cows by forklift. All right, you know what? I don't care. I don't care anymore. We're gonna move cows by forklift. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Look, I know I'm committing a crime already by using these gosh-forsaken forklift thingamabobbers. So, you know, send me to the gulag. It's okay. I'll take it. All right, ditch that. Single connection over there. That's absolutely fine. As long as we're able to get a path connected. Total length. Oh, we can actually see the length. So how far is this? It's like 200 and something meters to get to the slaughterhouse over here. That's actually completely fine. The other good news about this is that we should be able to get like more livestock farms all the way along here and all the way along here. I suspect that we might need a little bit more meat. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We're definitely going to need more grain production after setting all of this up. Obviously, this is going to be a pretty inefficient process. We're going to need to tweak a few elements of it, but you know, for now, I think it's respectable. It's respectable. It'll do. Again, all we really need to do is make sure that we have like food and meat and alcohol for Turistovsky. I don't really care about providing my own population with food and or meat. I mean, they'll get their food and or meat, but it'll be auto bought in as opposed to the prime locally produced stuff. I say prime locally produced stuff. I mean, the fact that we're feeding tourists locally produced food is probably, I don't know, it's probably carcinogenic or something. It's probably dreadful stuff. It's probably absolutely dreadful stuff. Right, so let's see if we can try and just get a walkway over here. The one thing that I am a little bit worried about is that we need to get a road connection through here, which is actually not difficult to do at all. There we go. I don't love crossing, you know, a key commuter track, but I mean, if we need to, then we need to. And that's fine. Okay, that's looking good. We'll build that pathway there. That is wonderful. Right, so we've got all of this area that is pretty much ready to be built. We've got this area that's pretty much ready to be built. Do we want to just start building? It's going to cost us so much money. It's going to cost us so much money. It's going to cost us so much freaking money. How much is this food factory going to cost? A single food factory costs 77,000 rubles. Ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Let's do it. 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 This forklift garage can stay, although I am almost certainly going to change it around at some point. Let's build the absolute bare minimum right now. Also, do we have power over here? Do we have enough power over here? That's the real question. We do have power, but perhaps not enough. Alright, that looks good. Is there a road connection to everywhere else? There's not a road connection over here or over here. But yeah, I was thinking I did leave some space for that. Connect that up there as well. Okay, so this is actually kind of a nice industrial area. I like this. Apart from the fact that we've got no money, things are great. Things are fantastic. So, walking distance should be absolutely fine to absolutely everywhere. The furthest place... Ooh, actually, that's a very good point. We might not be able to cross over the forklift road crossing. Yeah, we might have to bridge that somehow. I don't know. We'll think a little bit about that later. Right. So, we are dispatching a huge number of people to start work here. This is kind of good. Now, I think that we want to do something here. I think that we want to do something kind of unique here. I think small amount of tourists due to low trip rating, 0.1 stars. I don't have any tourists coming in, do I? Hold up. Are tourists illegally crossing the border to Disneylandovsk and entering the country? That better not be happening. That better not be happening. You can't preempt the grand opening. Tourists better... They better not be coming in. We don't have any staff over here. Surely tourists aren't going to come to a hotel that they don't have a reservation at. It doesn't look like there's any tourists coming in. Maybe we've just got a low rating because the game knows that Disneylandovsk is gonna suck. I hope not, though. I mean, look at this. We got a pyramid museum. We got a palace of communism. This is good. This is top quality stuff. This is top quality stuff. This is excellent. Okay. Oh, look at this. The airport is coming along nicely. We're making some serious progress over there. We're still working on this road. We're working on the meat storage right next to the beach, of course. How could you forget? Our university is working. Oh, my lordy. We're making progress. We're making progress. Also, our brick factory might be completed. Our brick factory absolutely is completed. So let's build the conveyor and let's start making our own bricks. Let's build this road. And let's actually just build this open storage. And let's actually legitimately start using our own bricks. That is tremendously exciting. That is tremendously exciting indeed. That is really, really good stuff. That is really, really good stuff. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to set up a little distribution office over here. It will... the distribution office. Where the heck are the distribution offices? Storage and warehouses? Yeah, that's it. Just a small distribution warehouse will be fine. We'll put it on the outskirts of town. There we go. Build that. And then we're going to have basically a distribution office to deal with the distribution of bricks from this open storage to somewhere else. Brilliant. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking excellent. This is looking excellent. The cement plant is almost up and running as well, which is kind of ridiculous to consider, but hey-ho. Love to see it. Love to see it indeed. How do we move bricks? Are bricks moved in open hull? I think it's open hull. I think it's open hull. It is indeed. Okay, so let's get 2 of those, and we're going to say add new connection here. We're going to load bricks, and then we're going to unload bricks right over here. If storage percent of bricks is less than 30%, right? Because we've got 4 resources here: steel, prefab panels, bricks, boards, etc. So if it's less than the desired amount, then should be fine. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Wonderful. Okay, so we should see some immediate action. Should see some immediate action in the distribution sphere. We should see both or maybe one of these trucks being dispatched. Ah, it's on load. It should be on unload mode. If storage percent is less than 30. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. That's excellent. So we've got local brick production as well. Bricks are super easy to manufacture, and therefore I'm not anticipating any problems with that. We may see a little bit of an initial drain on coal, but that'll probably get rectified fairly swiftly anyway. Okay, well, you know what? The distraction from farming was short, but But things are, you know, nonetheless improving. What I was going to say... also, is there a road connection that we need to... No, we've got a road connection here. What I was going to say is that we're actually going to see if we can buy in some grain. Because it's going to be a couple of months. It's going to be a couple of months before we're able to officially start working on food production. So I think what would be great in the meantime is if we go into roads, we get a road vehicle depot here. We build this, and then we just import some grain. I mean, it's fine, because, I mean, it's literally going to be a year before we start getting some proper food. So why don't we import some grain from the border, but we will actually do it kind of cheaply. Or we're going to try and do it kind of cheaply. It's not open hull, it's covered hull. And, of course, we don't have any big covered hull trucks. Not major ones, anyway. Okay. Let's actually get 8 of these. Yeah, I think this is fine. These can all be reassigned to a future agricultural farm at some point when they become redundant for this little journey that I'm going to have them go on. So we basically just want them to drive to the border, wait until loaded, crops 100%, up to here, and export into there, unload 100% of anything, wait until unloaded, go? Pretty sure that's all I really care about them doing. Will they be able to get all the way over to the border without running out of fuel? Probably not. They're probably going to go and get some fuel in the first instance. Wonderful. Okay, so all of those trucks have been dispatched. That is great. So, fuel in the first instance, that's excellent. Are we going to have enough fuel here? Yeah, we're probably going to have enough fuel here without putting an additional strain on the fuel network. Either way, I don't anticipate that journey taking a terrifically long time, but it still feels better. It still feels better than paying for delivery. I mean, look at that. Look at the price. Look at the price per delivery. It's literally double. It's literally double. And I just can't be having that. I can't be having that. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it at all. So that's okay. I should put things into the grain storage, actually. I should put things into the grain storage as opposed to delivering directly to the food factory. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's at least get food. Let's at least get food up and running, and then we can worry about all this later. Okay, so once we've got all of the food started to be produced, that's pretty good. We've got meat starting to be produced here. We are going to need an exit strategy. And by an exit strategy, I mean we need a warehouse and we need a meat storage somewhere. It needs to be somewhere that has a road connection to here. And then we're going to use a distribution office to transport the resources between the two areas. So I think what we want to do is we literally just want to have... I guess maybe we could do it at this site, actually. I never really considered this. I was kind of considering... Yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's do this here. Delete that here. I was kind of anticipating having forklift garages in this vicinity. Meat storage, that can go over here. Right? And then, you guessed it, you know what we're going to stick down here. We're going to stick a road cargo station. Yep, road cargo station. Hopefully right in here. Have I left it a bit tight? I've left it a little bit tight. I think there's space, though. It's almost so glorious. Oh, come on. It works. Okay, right. I don't know why I felt compelled to make it fit into that unbelievably tight space, but apparently I did. Okay, so we are going to need to get these factory connections up and running if we want to deliver food over here. But I guess that's a price that I'm willing to pay. The point is that we have a road cargo station at this end, and then we basically have a replicate of that infrastructure over here as well. So disconnect this. Disconnect that. I mean, that was only connected for fire purposes anyway, so not a big deal. We get a... we get... I should get a warehouse. I should get a warehouse. I should get a cold storage, a meat storage over here. There's no way... There's no way around it. I should be doing it. Okay. This is going to cause huge issues. Somewhere. It's already causing huge issues. There we go. Okay, so that's undoubtedly going to upset the game a little bit. There you go. Excellent. Okay, it's only temporary. It's only temporary. This was a pre-built road anyway, so I don't feel too bad about deleting it. I would feel bad about deleting it if I'd, you know, specifically gone through the motions of constructing it myself, but I haven't. I just don't care. Right. So, of course, this is just out of range of our construction office. Scandal. An absolute scandal. So that goes down there. Meat storage. Quite good. But problematic element remains. How do I get a road? How do I get a road cargo depot in here? I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. It's the play that nobody ever saw coming. I turn the road connection inwards. Can we link that up? Good. Okay, so far so good. A road cargo station right over here. Again, this is all future proofing, folks. This is all future proofing. If I do something crazy, just, you know, you just need to reason it out. Is Orbital Potato trying and failing to future proof something? Probably. Probably. That's almost certainly probably what's happening. Right. That's actually legit. That's actually completely fine. As long as we're able to make these connections work, i.e. fire connections. That is going to be a nasty... That's not nasty to connect up. This might be nasty to connect up. Okay, that's looking good. That's fine to connect up. And this will probably be the problem. Yeah. How do I envision this working? Not actually sure that I do. We could always move this harbor thing, but I kind of don't want to do that. Kind of don't want to do that. Building is in the way. It's got quite a large footprint. Oh. This might work. This might work, actually. It's going to cost me a couple of 100 rubles just to test it out, but that does work. Then that doesn't work. Right. Again, I think that there is a chance that we can make this work. And again, you know, future proofing important, etc. So there we go. We got it. 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 I knew it could happen. Did I mean to auto build that? I guess I did. Please tell me I haven't auto built everything else over here. I haven't. Good stuff. Right. So, missing crops, still missing crops. Where are our excellent trucks? They're all just proceeding in convoy to the border. Now, this is where I start to get a little bit apprehensive about the rate at which we are losing cash. What? Are we not able to make the connection? Ah, I know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. I do not know what the problem is. You should be able to path between here to here. Oh, it's because the forklift road connection hasn't been built? Okay, so if I do that, then presumably that will fix the pathing for all of the trucks at the border. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so you should have 10 tons of crops. You know where you're going. Wonderful. Okay, that could have been a little bit dicey, but thankfully we sorted things out. It's not super expensive. I mean, what have we got? It's 183 rubles per 10 tons of crops. It's nothing. It is absolutely nothing that we have here. So 42. So it's basically costing us, call it 200 rubles for 10 tons. So it's costing us 800 rubles for 42 tons, which gives us 22 tons of food. So 800 rubles becomes 20 times this. It's like 2,600. So yeah, 800 rubles becomes about 2,600 rubles. You know, just by my very, very rough calculations. If we were to sell the food at the border, of course, which we absolutely will not be doing. Although we could do. We could do. Again, it's just about, you know, sort of adding value to the product, whatever it may be. Right, let's do what I really don't want to do and spend more money. That's right. I'm really trying very, very hard not to go bankrupt. Does it look like it? I hope so. Does it actually look like it? Probably not. Okay, didn't need to build that meat storage, but that's okay. Power range is also a little bit of a problem. Power rangers also a little bit of a problem. Okay, so these should be the only connections that I need. The other thing to consider, we may have. No, we don't have the modded. We don't have the modded forklift yet. There is a modded forklift in here, but we don't have it yet. We don't have it yet. Okay, this small distribution office, by the way, the one that is doing the fuel delivery, is going to need to have that added 60%. Yeah, cool. Okay, it's going to take a little while, but it's fine. It might be straight up quicker if we just get like a temporary bypass to come around here. There we go. Okay, we'll give that a shot. Maybe some of the trucks will manage to take advantage of that shortcut that I've installed, but probably not. Also would have meant that we don't need to install the road crossing or whatever, but that's okay. Anyway, we will have crops up and running very, very shortly indeed. We probably still have, yep, train loads full of people. Brilliant. Look at that. Look at that. We have got action. We have got action. Okay. Let's actually just auto-find it. We'll actually just auto-find it. That's completely fine. So we should just now take food from here over to the warehouse. Wonderful. Okay, so that is food sorted. That is food absolutely categorically sorted. Very, very excited. That is great news. The bad news is that we've barely scratched the surface on the amount of grain that we can actually process in this area. So that's all 8 trucks. All 8 trucks, and that's not enough. That's not enough crop capacity. That's not enough crop capacity. It's not enough crop capacity. But it's okay, though. It's okay. It's fine. Let's limit the amount. Let's say 0%, 0%, 0%. Alcohol, we want food, we want clothes, we don't want electronic components, we don't want mechanical components, we don't want plastics, don't want electronics, also don't want. New vehicle type available? Excellent, don't care. Also, another new vehicle type available? Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. We'll get it in time. We'll get it in time, don't you worry, comrade. Okay, the final thing that is going to make this process complete is I find one of the elusive distribution centers. That's right. We're going to build it right here. We're just going to auto-build it. I should probably build it on this side, just in case I decide to fill anything or fill something in here. Probably factory-related, I imagine, but I guess we'll see. Right, so I'm just going to buy... I'm going to buy 1 truck for now. I'm going to buy 1 truck for now. Let's not splash cash when we don't need to. There's a building on fire. I'll address that in a second, if I can remember. Alcohol, food, not livestock. Oh, yeah, we'll need a refrigerated truck as well. Anyway, load when the storage percent is above 0. And unload over here. There we go. Excellent. Very, very happy with that. Brilliant. In fact, that should just be enough for it to work. Yeah, we should just see it immediately start action. So that's 13 tons of food. That ain't too shabby. That ain't too shabby. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Okay. It's at the brand new brick factory. To be fair, it is filled with coal, but there we go. Also, this brick factory has done such a great job that we now have a complete open storage filled with bricks. I would probably wager that this area is filled with bricks as well. So that's pretty darn good, I'll say. Pretty happy with that. I have full faith in the fire brigade putting out the fire in the brick factory. Yep, absolute faith. Absolute faith. And then once the fire has been put out, it's going to serve as a healthy reminder to reduce the number of people that we actively employ in the brick factory, because there's nothing for them to do. Right, we're fighting the fire. There's two 2 engines on site and 12 people on site. So that should, yeah, that should extinguish that. Right. Let's keep the number of people employed at the brick factory. Okay, we need to keep it at 10, maybe. Yeah, sure. We'll keep it at the absolute minimum that we can, just to keep it taken over, because we've got a massive internal buffer. We've got a massive external buffer here. We're not going to need anything more complicated than that. That is just fine. We don't want to use up too much of our coal, and also we just don't want to waste our labor. That's the most important aspect of this entire thing. It's September time. It's September time, so we can absolutely expect winter to be just around the corner. Autumn is literally arriving. Holy cow! What great timing, eh? What great timing. But we've got the autumn weather. We've got the autumn weather. That's wonderful. Right, there is one last thing that I need to do in order to ensure that our boat is going to have a clear run from... Where the heck am I? Yeah, from Potatograd. From Potatograd all the way up. And that is to modify the bridges. And modifying the bridges shouldn't be too difficult to do. But it is something that we are going to have to do. You know what? I'm going to double down on this crop delivery method. I'm going to double down on this crop delivery method. I'm going to buy more vehicles. I'm going to actually buy more vehicles. Covered hull, let's go. Let's buy 8 more. Let's copy. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so that's 8 more trucks. 8 more trucks to deliver crops to the food factory, and still, I don't suspect that's going to be enough to meet the demand. At least we're using the people from Potatograd now, right? Like, that's the most important thing. We're actually providing people jobs. The trams are transporting people along. That's wonderful. This road is an abomination. I did say that it was temporary. The dirt road, that is. Let's hopefully stay true to my words. There we go. I mean, that looks still equally abominable. But at least it's gravel now, so slightly faster transport. Anyway, yes, bridges. Are these bridges actually being used? This bridge is definitely not being used. Right? This bridge is fundamentally useless. There is literally nothing out there that needs to be fixed. So just delete it. Just delete it. This bridge also, I don't think is required. I don't think that's required either. Just delete it. Yeah, I mean, this bridge is required. In fact, this is the bridge that I built. This bridge will not be required very soon, actually. Once we get the replacement big bridge in here. Looks like the initial construction bit for the big bridge was built. What type of bridge is this now? I think it was a prefab panel bridge? Beam bridge? Angle of connection is too sharp. Here's the thing. I don't want to do this until I have the harbor built at the other end. That's the sort of limiting factor for me. I could build this harbor now, but I don't want to spend 60,000 rubles on it. Not at this moment in time, anyway. Yeah, I think we just want to wait until the road gets built. Then we can build the harbor. Then we build the bridge. For now, this wooden bridge down here, although it is slow as anything, it's actually completely fine. This bridge is wholly unnecessary, except for... I was going to say except for worker transport, but even that doesn't work. Oh my goodness, this runway is coming along nicely. So yeah, we can just ditch this bridge. We can ditch this bridge. That's fine. And then this bridge over here, this is the troubling one. This is the troubling one. This is probably the only one that actually needs to be... It's probably the only one that really needs to be changed. And the reason that I'm happy to do this one right now... The reason that I'm happy to do this one right now is that we're going to speed things up. We're going to speed things up, and I'm just going to make it a very, very tall bridge. Can I still cheese it? You can't cheese the angle anymore. So disappointing. Cannot end above water. That's fine. This is going to cost a lot of money. I say a lot of money. It shouldn't cost a lot of money if it's just a prefab bridge. I'll see if I can try and get a rough estimation of costs beforehand. Okay, so that is, like, far and away a high bridge. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's going to cost us 87,000 rubles. That's a completely acceptably priced bridge. How much would the same bridge cost us out of concrete? Less. Way less, actually. Bricks as well. We could build our own brick bridge. It would just take far too long, though. And also, the pillars are just not spaced out enough. Cancel all plans for that. Let's build a concrete bridge instead. I think that a concrete bridge might be a little bit cheaper. There we go. That's ample height there. Yeah, I think a concrete bridge is just a shade cheaper. Right, so that's looking very grand, very glorious. Let's get that built. We'll build potentially another bridge over there. We'll build potentially another bridge over there. But this one we've got a good run, and we should be able to get a boat under there, regardless of the situation. I mean, this is just a thin boat anyway. It's just a small boat. We got nothing to worry about. Should be absolutely fine. And the pathing issues shouldn't be too large because we've fixed it up. Also means that the vehicles can actually access the other side of the river slightly more speedily now. Okay, so that's the bridges done. There's another fire. Small store in Krudenovsky. Why is everything happening in Krudenovsky? I'm gonna make sure that this is fine here. It's just a small fire. We just have small fire engines. Match made in heaven. I hope that we'll be okay. 4 firefighters. Is that going to be enough? Or is it going to accelerate the fire? That's going to be fine. Absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. Another successful fire put out. The first fire that we put out in Krudenovsky. In fact, the first fire that we've ever had in Krudenovsky. I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't have an earlier fire. Yeah, a perfect record. The Krudenovsky Fire Department have got a absolutely flawless perfect record. Wow, well done. You guys are probably going to get a medal or something for, I don't know, services to the Republic, the glorious Republic. We'll see how that ends up happening. Right, so the crops that I ordered are still coming through thick and fast. We've got 46 tons of food that are sitting quite comfortably at the depot over there. And they're being transported all the way over here. We've got 12 tons over there. I mean, we might actually end up making so many bits of food that they need to be transported with more than just a single truck. But any of these trucks could replace or could be added to the small distribution office's purview. Yeah, that would be absolutely fine in my mind. Either way, though, this is looking good. This is looking good. Forklifts are doing a fine job. We're gonna need to get more forklifts. We do have a modded forklift garage, but you know, for now, I think that it's absolutely fine. Okay, we have food sorted. I mean, getting alcohol sorted, getting livestock stuff sorted. It's easy, really. All we need to do is just build it. We just need to build it, and everything should just work. We have the infrastructure in place, and I think, depending on how long winter lasts, we should be ready to go in Disneylandovsk next episode. We've built almost everything. We're waiting for like a couple of constructions. Let me just build a couple of these roads here just so that we can start work on a few different things. There we go. Yeah, so we're like waiting for like a couple of things to get done. But look at this. The airport is now completed. The runway is being worked on. It's very, very exciting. It's very, very exciting. Next episode, hopefully, the grand opening of Disneylandovsk. For now, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the fantastic support over on the Patreon page. Patreon.com/banana. Not banana, /orbital potato. Thanks to banana, not orbital potato, Aurelio, and C Senpai for being the $325 plus tier patrons. Goodness gracious me. I can't speak today. Whatever the case. Anyway, ladies and gents, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.